Hello, my friends. Welcome to You've Got a Thing, an interview thing about Milwaukee theater things. My name is Jaimelyn Gray. I'm going to take you on a little 30-minute or so journey through some theater things that you can see this weekend in Milwaukee and the surrounding area, because we've got a couple of things in the surrounding area. I am at Limits. We are opening a very deadly constructivist holiday tonight, and we had a very short tech process, and I will talk to Patrick Schmitz in a minute here. You can hear that interview in a minute here to cover all things Deadly Holiday, this year's iteration. Deadly Holiday started this is the third year, so a few years back, and it's been different every year, and which I think is super fun, and it's really a joy to see and develop that process. And so we're going to talk to Patrick Schmitz, as I said, about this year's iteration, and you can hear a few things that are insider intel, and we'll have super fun with that because he's a super fun guy. So anyway, let's get to some other intel that I have here, and we'll talk about them right now. Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dream Coach over at Skylight Music Theater. This goes through the 28th, and so this has been running. This is their holiday offering, so it goes a little bit longer. If you've never seen Joseph, I recommend that you go and see it because it's an adventure, and it's something that I have long been have had experience with for over, I don't know, can't do the math fast, 35 years or something like that. So if you want to check out Joseph at Skylight, you can go to smtmke.org to find out more information about that. It's an Andrew Lloyd Webber musical, so it's got some great music to it, and it's just something that you should see if you haven't seen it. So Skylight gives you the opportunity to do that right now. So check it out, smtmke.org. Then next we have All Is Calm from Vanguard Milwaukee. Talked to George Lorimer last week about this year's production. Theirs is also a little different every year, depending upon who's directing and what artists are involved. So this year it's directed by one of my favorite people, Jill Anaponasek, and what a smart and fantastic person she is. And so you should definitely, if you have the opportunity, go and see Joanna's directing effort on All Is Calm this year. And that's at Calvary Presbyterian. Again, you can go out and check. You can go and check my interview with George Lorimer and get all the intel on that for this year. And that's at vanguardmke.com for tickets to that. They've got quite a few performances left, and I think they even have one this coming Monday, which is also awesome. So you should check that out if you have a chance. vanguardmke.com for more information on that. And then we have this is their second and last weekend performances from Forte Theater Company. We have Miracle on 34th Street, and that's a live stage version of radio play. A lot of people are doing these lately. I think it's a super fun idea for you to check out. That you can go to Forte Theatre, that's a TRE company.org, fortetheatercompany.org. They're at the Martin Luther High School out in Franklin. They operate out in Franklin, and so you can check that out. And Miracle on 34th Street, classic holiday offering. So check that out if you can. And then we have from our buddies over at Interchange Theater, the improv experiences that you can have Fridays and Saturdays are there. Super fun extravaganzas. They've got holiday stuff galore this weekend. So, and as does everybody else, you have no short of holiday offerings this weekend. Go out and see yourself a show, whether it's improv, musical theater, lambasting theater, like what we have at the Constructivists, like what we're going to talk about with Patrick Schmitz, and you go out and have yourself a good time. There's just so much around Milwaukee to enjoy right now. It's great and fun and lovely and amazing, and you should do it, I think. And so if you want to see some improv, go to interchangetheater.com/shows, and it'll lead you right to their performance schedule. And I think they have their links for tickets there as well. So you can check that out as well. And then last but not least, December is AIDS Awareness Month, and it's important to be mindful of I like doing these monthly observances things because there's so much in this world that we should be mindful of and connected to, so that we make sure that we're not just, in our small little universes by ourselves. But World AIDS Month is observed every December so that we can raise global awareness about HIV and AIDS and support people living with HIV. Remember those lost to AIDS, and promote prevention, treatment, and rights. And World AIDS Day is on December 1st, but you can take action all month long for World AIDS Month, and just like we say in Deadly Holiday, just think a little bit outside yourselves. That's what we have at Deadly Holiday. And there you go. So that's the observance that we have this month. And of course, all of the holiday observances, Hanukkah, Christmas, winter solstice, some people do Kwanzaa, some people do Festivus. I think there's so much this time of year that we can focus on and share in and enjoy and not enjoy, which is also something that we talk about in Deadly Holiday. So let's just get right to that. Let's get to my interview with Patrick Schmitz and hear a little bit more about what we do each holiday season with Deadly Holiday. So here's that interview right now. Here we go. We've got Patrick Schmitz here with me, and this show is going to be a little different today because we are talking about us. Because I directed a thing, you head wrote a thing, you were the ship leader, and so we'll talk about how that process went and how it's still going, and
all right,
so I don't really remember when I contacted you and was like, hey, do you want to do Deadly Holiday this year?
It was definitely it was early summer, because by the time we all went to the Brewer game, I remember we had got Mr. Christopher Brown to write with Jacob and myself. So
okay.
It was early summer that you.
Okay. Yeah. I like to say it's been a long time coming. This product is sort of built for, your writing style and what you do, just the whole design of the thing really feels like the vignettes that you all put together this year feels like a really great fit for what we've been doing the past couple of years. And that's the every year has been different. Like the first year was total like guerrilla tactics and just, let's throw something up on the stage. Let's devise the crap out of it and we'll see what comes out. It was fun and funny. And then last year, Andrew Hobgood and Joe Lino really wrote a legit script, like from beginning to end for their iteration of it. And now this year, you all, did this like vignette based on each individual sin, matched it with a song, and we're like already by August, like, here you go.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. And then trying to figure out the writing teams, kind of that was fun to put together as well. So I got to, write with the 7 different writing teams, which is always fun too, just to get different styles and kind of mix my own style with other styles, and then kind of have that through line, but also obviously different people's where their minds and imaginations go, because sometimes mine is either too dark, not dark enough, too weird, not weird enough, funny, not funny enough. So it was nice to have that help from different angles. And like Beth Lewinsky, who helps me run Schmitz and Giggles, it was fun to write with her. So I don't get a chance to do that very often. So there were a lot of fun groups, a lot of fun writing this thing. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, totally. Can we rewind for a second? Can you talk a little bit about your background, Mr. Schmitz, as you sit there in a black box there and talk, and then just for people who don't know you, can you talk about your background and what led you to where you're at right now?
Yeah. I mean, the training of comedy came through comedy sports. So I learned improv we're talking like 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. I had started a sketch comedy group at that point as well. So I was doing that on the side. So I was kind of teaching myself a lot of just on stage skills and writing skills by trial and error. So I did that for several years, taught at First Stage Children's Theater, mainly improv there. So teaching it also helped me learn the tactics and certain skills on that. Up to this point, I've written about 15 full plays, and I've been writing for and producing Schmitz and Giggles' Sketch 22 operation, which is a sketch comedy show done in 22 hours. So I've been doing that for 18 years. So a lot of writing has been in my history for sure. And
yes. Yeah. And
writing as well. So, and
fast, like you're just really, your process is super fast. That it's not like, well, I'll get back to you in 6 months or whatever. It's like, okay, I've got 12 projects this year, so I need to squeeze this in between, Sketch 22. And so, there's, you're very like, organized, and you're like, I have this window to work this in. So I need this done by XYZ.
And that's the best way I work. If I know I have a deadline, I kind of work backwards. I'll know when a show date is, and then I will work backwards that way. Because I am a procrastinator, I've gotten away with procrastinating. That's why people continue to procrastinate, because procrastinators get away with it. Yes. So if I write a sketch within, an evening, a lot of times if I have a month to write that sketch, I'll usually wait till the last minute anyhow. And when I don't, it's almost the opposite. I'm working on it every single day. So like writing a full play, for example, I will write the first 3 scenes, and then I will spend the next few weeks just tweaking those first 3 scenes until I feel they're right. And then I move on to the next, few scenes from there. So I'm very meticulous, but I also, if I know I don't have to do it by a certain time, then it just kind of sits there and waits for me to jump on it. So yeah, so Sketch 22 forces you to write and think quickly, which obviously the art of improv does that as well. It makes you think of on the spot and be in the moment and that. And so I think that training has helped me as a writer in that sense. So
yeah, and it was also really useful to this process though, because we had a production right before going into this animal, and so it was really helpful to have that done by before we went into production. So then there was all that time to ask questions and figure out what we were going to do in the long term.
Yeah.
And it did not feel rushed at all on our end. It didn't feel rushed.
Not on my end either. I agree. Yeah, you gave us plenty of time. I was able to write with 7 different groups, maybe probably one every week or 2 weeks. So I felt I was kind of rushing it in comparison to other stuff, but at the same time, it didn't feel that way. So, and then to have a punch up day as well, that helped just to get fresh eyes and ears on it. So that helped as well.
Yeah. How did you get teams together? How did you just send out an email and went, "Hey, we've got this thing. Do you want to do a thing?"
Oh man, there really wasn't any sort of system to it. And I don't want to say I picked the people I like writing with, because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by saying that if they weren't chosen to write it. I think it came down to either people I've written with before that I felt worked really well, or somebody who I've never written with and have been wanting to look for an opportunity to do that. So I think that kind of played a part as well. So chemistry, who I feel I write well with, and then I would say, people who I've never written with and I'm looking for an opportunity. So there really wasn't a system. It was a little bit sporadic in that way. And some people were repeats. I had some people be a part of 2 or 3 of the sketches, and then others were just a part of 1. So it was a little bit all over the place, which I kind of like that too. That's the way I like my system to be. Every once in a while, I'm surprising myself as I'm going. So. And not knowing what song we were going to pick, not knowing what sin we were going to pick, I kind of would meet up with that first group, and we had, as a group, we had to figure out which one did we want to go with. And then the second group, obviously, we're now down to 6 options. Any Christmas song, obviously, but it was fun. I had ideas that I brought to the table, but I always told the writing groups, we don't have to go with this, but this is an idea. And then we would talk about it, and if it had legs, they'd be like, "Oh, that sounds great. Let's do it." And if they're like, let's say I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around that, can we maybe play with some other ideas first? And then that's kind of, and I'm always open to, and I think they appreciate me coming to the table with something, but also being open-minded with, what do you guys think? And not being married to any of these ideas. So.
Did you have anything that sticks out in your brain that was something that you really thought was going to go somewhere and went nowhere?
I will say, when I sat down with Rich Laguna to write the Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, our focus was, let's write a dramatic piece. And I think I'd even emailed you. I said, is it okay if one of these isn't necessarily comedy? It's strictly a drama. And sitting down with Rich Laguna, for those of you who don't know, Rich Laguna is he's always throwing out puns. He's a very funny guy just naturally, and his writing follows suit as well. So I wanted the challenge of, let's try to write something really serious, and we just couldn't do it. But it was nice because it started with that. It had that foundation, and it had such a strong body to it that when the comedy came out of that, it was earned and it was stronger. I was like, that was a really fun product that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the process of that, just because we tried so hard to do something serious, and because our minds constantly go to comedic choices, we couldn't resist. So I'd say that was probably the biggest surprise of all of them.
Right on. I will say not that I like to play favorites either, but that one in particular, because I love the connection that it makes with major media, and
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it, but but it's if you know, you know.
Yep.
That's what I'll say about it. So you got to come in, and see, and that's Wrath, and so that's towards the end of the show. But it's one of those that I just kind of go, oh, that's so clever. That's
Thank you. Yep. And Rich Laguna is such an easy writing partner too, because again, we just chemistry is very important with writing. Actors, I feel like I can force myself to get that chemistry there, but writing it's a different beast, because you got to be on that same page together for 2 or 3 pages. And if you're not, it's that much more challenging.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited.
What was the hardest sin to make happen?
Definitely sloth. Only because because to make an energized investment of a scene work with a character of sloth, I just thought it was a very difficult thing to do. I like high energy. I like high stakes. I like passion and that kind of approach to writing. And when sloth is in there, it's like, ooh, okay, this is going to be a challenge. That was definitely the biggest challenge for us to find.
Also very clever, just really, really clever. And I think you will be surprised at our casting of that very famous person.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, because where I came from in this process, so we read through the thing, we read through the vignettes, and I just said, is there anyone that you are particularly drawn to for actors?
Yeah.
And because I feel like if people have a connection to the material, it just facilitates the process better, right?
Yep. Agreed.
And so one artist was particularly drawn to the very famous person in Sloth. And so I said, well, you get to play that person then.
Cool. Oh, now I'm excited to see how that one lands.
I like it lots. It makes me giggle, and we got a wig for that artist, and it's very funny. So this show brings me so much joy each year, because it's so different from what we do the rest of the year, because it's really an open field of just poking at the structure of holiday shows. And so it just makes me giggle, because people have had so much fun over the past 3 years with just ribbing. You're just sitting there ribbing the system the whole time. And so it's really like, it really just gives you full range of, okay, we're going to cast this person as a famous person, and it's gonna, people are gonna love it or hate it, but I don't care.
Yeah, and coming on just as myself and not as the company of Schmitz and Giggles also allowed me to go as dark as I wanted to, or obviously as long as you approved it going through. But, because Schmitz and Giggles, we try to keep it pretty light, pretty PG-13.
Yeah.
So this gave me the opportunity to be like, okay, this is not representing my company, even though my name on the bottom, I put that in as Schmitz and Giggles. I realized, maybe, but that's just my company. But yeah, this is Patrick Schmitz, and then obviously other writers who have helped me along the way with writing. So that allowed me that it's kind of a liberating feel of, let's see how dark we can get. So
yeah, totally. And I made sure that I made very clear too. This is like Patrick Schmitz on his own journey of darkness this year. Yeah. Why do you think people should come and see this show? What do you think from a writing standpoint, from your inside knowledge of the scripts? Why do you think people should come and see this show?
I mean, like you said, this is something different than the kind of the regular Halloween or holiday shows. I love the collaboration aspect, the fact that so many people were involved, taking something that, is familiar, but putting a twist on. For me personally, that always is an attractive quality to a show. It's like, oh, I know this, but I'm curious, what did you do with this? Let's see what you did. So I just think, and dark comedy it's just fun. I think it's not out there enough. I think a lot of people, my company is one of them, we're afraid to offend people. We're afraid, oh, is this too much? So I think this show, and I would say almost every constructivist show is toting that line, which is what makes you unique and wanting people to come back. Because like, dang, all right, they did that with that show. What the heck are they going to do with the next show? So, and it's a unique thing you got going there, and it's fun to be a part of it. So, yeah.
I appreciate it. I'm so glad that you jumped on board with this one. I think what you do yourself is just super smart and super fun and hilarious and clever. And so I'm really glad that you had the space in your life to come and do this year and make a very deadly constructivist holiday a little bit of the Schmitz universe, and I hope people enjoy it as much as I do. I've told friends that that I'm like, you should come and see the show, and if you don't laugh, I'm gonna be sad because it is so wide range, like the styles of the vignettes of the 7 deadly sins are you can tell the stylistic differences between the vignettes. It's really great.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, that was something I was trying to make sure was out there too, of different styles, I think is the best way to put it. Didn't want to stick with it.
I will say Envy is not yours. Envy was one that we did a callback. We decided to do a callback to a couple years back because I really love Ekene Ikegwani's Carol of the Bells cover. And I wanted to figure out a way, because Ekene didn't do the show last year, and so they're back this year. And I was like, I need to pull that, since you're back, I need to pull that back this year. And that was because you were really open with the process. You're like, if something doesn't work for you, then go ahead and so we were really sort of open about that, like, is it okay if we don't use this one? Very sorry to the artists that worked on this one, but we're going to do something else with this, because it had to do with the flow of the show as well. And this particular Envy's vibe, the way that it stands, is a real great addition to the rest of the vignettes that you put together.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, that's your job. That's right. That's what you're supposed to do. Take them and put them so it works and fits together.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm very excited. You're bringing the team tomorrow to see what the hell we did with your stuff. Yes. And it's 4 shows only. So, get your butts in there and, come and I just want people to walk out of the theater going, well, that was a super, fast and furious 55 minutes of complete and total debauchery and nonsense.
Yep, that's the goal.
That's all I need out of life. It's really what it is. And we're just, and then you go and see All Is Calm. Like you come and see this thing, and then you go and see All Is Calm, and you just see like the full range of the beauty of the holiday season, and it's in all of its humanness.
Yes,
through 2 small theater products. Yeah. All right, my friend. When do you finally get done with your day job thing here? When do you get some time off?
This Friday. So this Friday.
Oh.
December 19th, and then I got 2 weeks off. So looking forward to that. I'm going to work on 2 new shows. I'm kind of in the middle of 2 new scripts, so I'm going to kind of alternate between the days. And my goal is to have both those scripts done by the time Christmas break is done. So I got kind of a dark humor one, and then I got the Wizard of Oz kind of sorta, which has been sitting on the shelf for a while. So
Yes.
that's my goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to see Wizard of Oz kind of sorta for sure.
I'm having a lot of fun writing it. And like I said, I will write a few scenes and then I go back. So I've been really just tweaking, and it's so much fun. I
can't wait. I cannot wait. But if you want to get tickets to Deadly Holiday, go to www.theconstructivists.org. And do I have the Schmitz? If you want to see what Schmitz and Giggles is up to, after the new year, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're done for December.
Yeah. Go over to schmitzandgiggles.org to go and check out their stuff that's coming up after the new year.
Yep.
Yay. Cool. All right, my good sir. Thank you so much for all that you do and for coming on today. And you have yourself a great holiday season.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
We'll see you.
Bye. That dude. I love that dude so much. I think he's smart and funny and just a joy to be around. And he's coming to opening night tonight at the Broadway Theater Center. All the writing team for Deadly Holiday this year is coming tonight, and so I'm very much excited to see and hear their thoughts about what we did with the material this year. Very excited. So again, if you want to get tickets, we do have a handful of tickets left for opening night tonight. Theconstructivists.org for that. And I'm going to take a little bit of a break here after this. I did back-to-back shows, did Bed and Breakfast and Deadly Holiday back-to-back, and I'm a little tired. I'm a little burned out, one might say. So I'm gonna take a break here, and I will be back probably about mid-January. I'm gonna take a month off here of You've Got a Thing. It takes a bit to produce this thing, so I'm gonna take some time off. But I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, however you choose to celebrate or not celebrate, also within your rights. And I just have a wonderful and amazing new year, and we will talk to you soon on You've Got a Thing.